Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Air Force Proud 95. Right now, me and Austin are on the VATSIM network. We're cruising at flight level 250 en route from Buffalo to Boston in the CRJ 200. Yes, it's a default cockpit. I don't care what anyone says. It's a nice plane though. Who's this model by actually? Like, because it's not the Project Open Sky model. It's a different.
Yeah,
oh fuck me, bad timing.
It's Iris Simulations. They have like F-22s, F-15s.
Oh yes, yes.
This is a freeware. They call it like the Easter egg expansion. It has the CRJ 200, 900, and Global Express.
I like it. Overall, this model has the default cockpit, but everything works very nicely in it. The only thing is, part of it, when it's on the ground, you'll see when we arrive in Boston and the gear is down, it makes it look a little bit more like a CRJ 700. Kind of has like the 700, 900 gear. The 200 gear is kind of like up closer to the fuselage, whereas the 700 is not. But overall, great plane. I like flying it. We actually did a shared cockpit flight yesterday, so this is second day of the trip, you could say. We're flying Air Wisconsin, by the way, 3875 to call sign. We're currently on controlled airspace, so I'm going to try to knock out this video and answer some questions that have been asked a lot that I haven't really answered yet. By the way, I just want to say thanks for all the views and subscribers. I appreciate that. I just hit 13,000 recently. That's a pretty big mark there. I read all the comments, so I appreciate every comment on my videos. Okay, we'll get started with the FAQ. The first thing that I want to do is actually give a shout out to a guy, Jeff Favinano. I hope I'm saying that right. I think I am. Is that how you say it, Favinano? I've heard him say it before. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that correctly. Anyway, he has great videos. He just reached, it was weird, he hit 100,000 subscribers, I think it was this week or last week, and then like instantly got up to 120, 130,000 subscribers. So getting a lot of views, a lot of subscribers on his videos. Link is in the description to his channel. Check it out. He gave me a shout out that I didn't even ask for. So I really appreciate that. He has awesome videos. So he does a fair bit of flight simulator, so that, a lot of GTA, LSPDFR, all that stuff. Really funny. Love his videos. So check him out. Now we'll go ahead and get started with some of the questions that have been asked. First topic. Austin, you're free to answer any of these questions as well. First topic is going to be trolling. Okay, the number one question that I see everywhere on pretty much every trolling video is, what server do you troll on? And the answer is there is no server that I troll. It's not a specific server. It's usually whichever one has the most people will join. And usually I go in there with Austin or whoever else is tagging along with us. Sometimes, like this past week, we had like I'll have a video of it too. We had like 8 or like probably 10 of us at one point just stormed into a session and started causing chaos. But generally, it'll just be whichever session has the most people. If it's really laggy or something, we'll back out and go into another one. There's a couple that you'll see in the lobby that usually have a good amount of people: FS Flyboys, Maldair, etc., etc. So there's not a specific server that we go on. I don't host the server that I troll. That wouldn't make any sense. Well, it kind of would, but that's not what I do. Some other people have asked, how do you, well, they'll kind of say they'll try to get into a session and see if something's going on, but usually there's not. And that's a good point, because usually anytime me and Austin will go into a server, nothing will be going on. Maybe someone's in the tower and is just kind of dicking around or whatever. The concept of trolling is you have to make something happen. You're not going to go in and something's already happening and you're just like, well, I mean, if it's rare that happens. So generally we'll go in there and you'll have to start something. So if it's, you know, talking back to the tower or whatever. But I mean, the point of it is, the reason that I troll in these sessions, and I know some people, I've gotten a little bit of flack for it over the past couple of months, because they say, oh, some people are trying to be realistic or whatever. If you're looking for realism, FSX Steam multiplayer is not the place for it. It may be the place to get started, but it's not the place to go for realism. For that, you're going to want to look into a VATSIM or IVAO, which I'm not too familiar with. I started on Boston Virtual ATC years ago, but they just kind of merged with VATSIM recently. So It's a place to get started with it, to get familiar with it, but it's not the place. I'm not disrupting anyone from like some type of professional ATC or professional flight. Trust me on that, okay? And if it was me disturbing them, okay, if it wasn't me, I meant someone else would probably beat me to it, not soon after. So, because it's on Steam, anyone can join. You don't have to know anything about flying to get in there. So, not the place for realism. That's why I troll. So, and
Yep.
you know, it's worth it because you know what comes out, the product. When we go in, nothing's happening. At the end of it, something has happened, and generally it's fun to do, and it makes for a fun video.
I can all add on. It's like, obviously, you touched on it for the most part, but yeah, it's Flight Simulator Steam Edition. It's $5 when we got it back in December when it first got released, and we've been long-time fans of the whole Flight Simulator community, but I'm pretty sure we both got this game in 2006 when it came out, and followed it from there, and eventually got into more like the whole VATSIM, Pilot Edge, IVAO, all those realistic controllers, where you're actually having like it's like actually simulated realistically versus just anybody going in the tower saying that they're in the control tower. And
it's a free-for-all in Steam Edition. It's a literal free-for-all. So, the other thing is that Austin just brought up. If you're trying to, you know, troll around in Flight Sim Steam Edition, and you see the best time to ever go in there is when they do one of their weekend sales for the games on sale for what, $4.99. That is the best time to go in there because just a wave of squeakers go in, and not even just squeakers, just like all around noobs, people that don't know what they're doing. So that's the best time to go in there to get something started. Oh, okay, I wanted to address this as well. As you see right now, we are flying on VATSIM. We are taking this professionally, okay? We're not talking ATC now, but once we get closer, this is a professional environment that we're in now. Some people say, I'll see comments, I bet you won't do this on VATSIM, or some people like recommend me do it on VATSIM, like you should go on VATSIM and do this. To all of those questions or recommendations, the answer is no. VATSIM is not the place for that. I would never consider it. I don't know. It's really stupid if anyone would think that I would do this on VATSIM or would recommend I do it on VATSIM. It's not the place for it. I mean, just look at my video. Some people like they get mad. Like on my trolling video, they'll be like, "Oh, you're so disruptive. I bet you won't do this on VATSIM. Oh, they'll kick your ass out immediately." It's like, yes, I'm sure they will. That's why I don't. Just look at my videos. I have an entire library of VATSIM videos. A lot of them share cockpit flying with Austin here and stuff like that. And they're all professional.
Yeah,
well, I mean, professional. I use that. I just like as in we try to make it professional, not entirely. You know.
Yeah. No, as a former VATSIM controller myself, it's like with the second someone tries to do something that is unprofessional or not obviously going against the grain, it's like you'll get not banned, but you'll get disconnected immediately, and then if you keep repeating that, then you'll get banned and you lose your entire records, and then all your progress that you built up goes away, and for really no purpose, because it just does not belong. This is here where your general aviation airliners route place to place, not just hanging around an airport trolling. That's what Steam is for. Precisely.
Okay, the next question. So that kind of tackled the whole most of the questions I got for trolling. The next thing about Steam. A lot of people ask me what my Steam ID is. I don't just give it out because it's like a shitload of people will add me, and then I get all the in-game notices like non-stop, and it gets, if you know it, you know it. I mean, it's really obvious. You could go find it, just look on any one of my videos, you'll be able to see it. And I'll add you if you send me a request, but I'm just not going to announce it. What recorder do I use? Right now I'm using, this is a new thing because I'm using the webcam on it, XSplit, and I use this for Twitch is the reason I got it. So I now have a Twitch. Check that out, by the way. I have the link in the description. I'll be doing some live streams. This isn't being live streamed right now, but eventually I want to get around to doing that. Probably like on a flight like this, so that way we can get direct questions from you guys. But in this case, I just listed a bunch of them that I wanted to get out of the way. So I'm using XSplit now. It's pretty good, recording 720p. Frame rate's not great. I'm getting about 15 right now. I was using Fraps. That's pretty much what I've used on all my other videos, has been the full version of Fraps, which I highly recommend. I have a new computer, and I'll touch on that here in a second. yesterday while I was recording on a shared cockpit flight with Austin, I was getting 30 frames per second on this new computer with fraps. I've never gotten that before. That being said, I was recording in half screen. And the reason I do that, you might be able to tell in some of my videos, the landing competitions, I'll generally record full screen. VATSIM videos will be half screen. The reason I do that is I think that the increase in frames per second is worth it in terms of just the slightly worse quality, I would say. So it's a little bit better frame rate and just a minor drop off in quality. But I like, I prefer frame rate a little bit more than just that small bit of quality between half screen and full screen. I mean, it does make a bit of a difference, but overall, my VATSIM videos will mostly be recorded in half screen. Next question, a lot of people ask me, what recorder do I use? What editor, sorry. Recorder, as I said, fraps generally. Editor, I still use Windows Movie Maker, I'll be honest. I don't have, I used to use 2.6, the older version, now I just use the Windows Live Movie Maker. Yes, it's very limited, but most of my videos don't require that much fancy editing, so that's why I do it. And I've kind of become familiar with every part of that program. So I know it's just like kind of a default shitty program, but there's a lot more to it than you would think. And it works for the type of videos that I make, it works. So if I was doing some fancy type of, other flight sim videos where it's really detailed and high quality, you wouldn't be able to do that with Windows Movie Maker. But in my case, I'm looking to upgrade. I mean, eventually, I'm sure I will here soon. I've been thinking about it, but all my videos in the past have been edited on Windows Movie Maker. Next question, what yoke do I use? I don't use a yoke, I use a mouse. Just a fucking Microsoft wireless mouse. I've used that for, I don't know how long it's been, 6-7 years. When I first got the game, I had a yoke, but I never installed it because I started playing the game, and by the time I remembered that I even had it, I was so used to using the mouse by that point, I was just like, no, I'm just gonna stick with this. So I'm a mouse and keyboard guy in flight sim. I'm sure that's weird to a lot of you, and I understand it is kind of weird, but I've gotten used to it this way, and it takes up less space than having like a joystick laying around if I don't want it around, or a yoke or anything, or rudder pedals or whatever you want to call it. So I just have a basic setup. You wouldn't even, I don't know, it's nothing fancy at all. How to join landing competitions? I don't really understand why this is such a popular question. It seems kind of obvious. I updated our website homepage, so it directly tells you step by step how to join a competition. When I host a landing competition, I put up a session on my own titled Best Landing Competition in all caps in the Flight Sim lobby. You join it and you can compete. The session's not up 24/7. It's only up during event hours. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's limited. Usually I have like 30 or 40 people max in there. Depending on the event, some events I'll want to allow more in, so it's kind of first come, first serve. But I kick a lot of people constantly. Oh my god. So many people get kicked from those because they come in the wrong plane. I'll give them warnings too, and then they'll come back again in the wrong plane. They can't ban them, that's the thing, so I just have to continually kick people. So that's how you join landing competitions. People have asked me about my, what equipment do I use? So my computer, I just recently upgraded. Before this I had a Windows Vio, or no, sorry, Sony Vio. It was a good computer, but it was weak specs. I mean, this one isn't all too great, but it's good enough for the stuff that I'm doing. And I need a laptop because I'm going to college, so I'm back and forth in between places, so a desktop is not something that I'm looking for. So my computer, I have an Asus, this is the new one, my Asus Q551 laptop. And yes, I don't know this off the top of my head, I have listed it all here so I can read it off to you. Intel Core i7 2.0 gigahertz with a turbo boost, I believe it is 2.6 gigahertz, 8 gig RAM, and I'm running Windows 8 64-bit. So far I love it. Windows 8 has been a little bit of a bitch to me with programs and different stuff. And but overall, the transition from Windows 7 to Windows 8 really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It just seemed really weird when I first started, but it's really just very similar. The other question I have, my actual camera that I use for my plane spotting videos is a Sony Cybershot DSC WX220. It's a good camera. It's very small. That's the reason I got it. It's good quality for its size. It's nothing fancy, but I just something to carry around in my pocket and pull it out whenever I want to make a video. That's what I use for all my spotting videos, is the Cybershot, the DSC WX220. Records 1080p and all of that, so it's good. We're flying through some clouds here. I'll turn on the fast seatbelt sign, actually. Awesome. Let's keep it realistic, as we literally just exit it now. Whatever, we'll keep your ass seated for now.
Yeah, it's kind of bumpy anyway.
Headset question, what headset do I use? Plantronics GameCon 480. I've had these forever, very reliable. I really didn't, when I bought these, I just bought them because, I don't know, they were what I was looking. I didn't do any research on them, but I've had these things for I don't know how long, and I haven't had any problems with them. That's the Plantronics, the GameCon 480s.
Yes, Plantronics Master Race. Yes.
Oh, and my actual headset for flying, I use DC's, David Clark's. What do you use, Austin? You use the Bose?
I have the Lightspeed Zulu 2s, and I also have a pair of old David Clark's.
Yes, so in terms of that, some of my older videos, when I throw the GoPro in the back seat for real world flying, I would use, I have David Clark's. Very reliable. That's pretty much the reason people buy them. They're not, I mean, I've never actually had another headset, but I've worn other headsets just to try them. DCs aren't that comfortable, I mean, just if you ask me, but they're very reliable, and that's what you're looking for when you're actually flying in real life. You need something that's reliable, so that's what I use. By the way, in terms of real world flying, I get that question often. Both me and Austin are real world pilots. I'm going to school in Florida. He's going to school up in North Dakota. We're both currently working on our commercial pilot training, so I'm flying Cessnas and Pipers, switching in between. Austin's doing a multi-engine track. Just recently, actually no, I got his instrument a little while ago, so we're both kind of on the same level here, working our way up the chain. Both college students, by the way. How old are you, Austin? Are you 20 or 19?
19, and yeah, I did the instrument a couple months ago, commercial single-engine land last month, and now I'm doing the commercial multi-add-on.
Yeah, so he's 19, I'm 20, so we're about at the same level in the.
We're the same grade in college.
Yeah, same grade in college, and kind of the same point on the way to hopefully what'll be an airline, a career in the airlines. That's what we're both aiming for. Other questions, social media. I have a Twitter. Twitter's my primary method of communication. I haven't had it for that long. I'm getting close to 200 followers, and I think I've had it for maybe a month and a half, so that's pretty good. Thank you for following me on Twitter. Please do that. I follow you back. If you follow me on Twitter, I will follow you back. I have Facebook, a Facebook page, which I use. I'll use it, you know, when I share my videos, I'll share it on Twitter and Facebook. Twitter will be stuff, I'll talk about anything on Twitter. I haven't really done that yet, but I'm going to try to step my Twitter game up here shortly. Facebook, I'll use to share stuff and post stuff every now and then. And I have a Twitch, so once I start doing live streams or whatever, it'll be on Twitch. So follow me on those three social media: Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. The other thing, add-ons. What add-ons do I use in Flight Sim? A lot of freeware stuff. As you see in my VATSIM videos, I don't have that much payware stuff. Even on some of my more popular VATSIM videos, I got like the one in the San Diego where I'll find the default A321, which I'll admit is probably one of the worst default planes in the game. I don't really, it's not, to me, it's not as much about quality as it is, or actually, not the quality of the plane. I'm talking about, I just enjoy the actually flying on VATSIM and communicating with ATC and following realistic procedures, even though I also fly with GPS. So I don't really use an FMC. I've used it I've used it occasionally. I'm not very good with it. I've never really actually like sat down and just tried to study it. So that'll be something I'll have to do soon. But yeah, I use the GPS. I just enjoy flying on VATSIM more so than what I'm flying. But I am looking to get more payware planes because I have a lot of decent freeware planes, but I mean the limitation is that the freeware planes, the systems primarily aren't as in depth, so you're not going to be able to do like a full realistic start and default anything, or the majority of freeware anything. It'll have to be payware in that case. A couple of the payware planes. Some people ask me what's my favorite add-on in Flight Sim. I don't really have a favorite. I asked Austin yesterday also. The other question is like, what's just my favorite plane in general? I don't really have favorite plane or favorite add-on. It's just whatever. It changes all the time. So my favorite add-on, I had the Level D 767. I like that. I have the CLS 767, which I like, except it's really tough on frames. But with this new computer, it'll be better for me. My favorite payware aircraft maker will probably be Carenado. I have several of their GA planes. I got them when they were on sale, and that's the other reason I don't fly payware too much. It's just I don't like. I'm not big into spending large amounts of money for something that's virtual. You know, what I could use to buy something that's more of a necessity. But when I can, if it's on sale or whatever, if I really want to start playing, absolutely, I'll buy something that's payware. And I'm going to start implementing those more in my videos. I understand that there's people want to see better planes, and I'm going to try to answer those demand, or meet those demands, I should say, because I have done a lot of freeware flying, and I kind of am a little tired of it. So we'll try to transition here to payware. I actually got the virtual call Ember 170, 175. I used that in one of my videos not too long ago. It's kind of freeware quality, to be honest, but it was, it was at a good price. That's why I got it. So it's payware, but not entirely payware. It's a good plane, but it's fun to fly. But it's not, if you're, if you want every little detail in your plane, like the PMDG, NGX, or whatever, you're not going to get it with that plane. But I enjoy flying it. I have the Razbam Metroliner. I saw that originally. The reason I got that plane was I saw it in one of Jeff Favinano's videos. He did a full review on the thing, and it was funny. I had this on my old computer. He has, I don't know what system he has, but he had that plane in Flight Sim, was running so smooth, and I was watching this. I was like, oh my gosh, this plane is amazing. And I've always been like a fan of the Metroliner and a lot of the twin engines, so it's like I have to get this plane. So I got it when I had my old Sony Vaio. Bought it, everything, installed it, ran it for the first time, didn't get more than 10 frames per second anywhere. I was like, this sucks. So now I can actually start flying that probably on this computer and get better frames. So probably try to do that.
I'm going to start us down to 11,000 across lobby.
Roger that. Okay, and we're going to be on the, what was it? The Gardner 4 arrival into Boston?
Hey, firm.
Raj. How far are we currently from Boston? Let's see.
Not sure, but we're 15 miles from Bronx, and then another 5 from that, so like 20 miles.
Yeah, just under 70 miles out. So yeah, we're gonna begin our descent into Boston. I'll be recording this arrival. We should have some ATC on the way in. Approach is online apparently, so this will be in a separate video. For now, this is just the FAQ. Got those questions out of the way. If you have any other questions for me or Austin, let us know in the chat. And by the way, Austin has a YouTube channel. I have it featured on my channel. He doesn't make Flight Sim videos. Some people have wanted him to. I've seen questions. Does Austin make videos? Currently, he doesn't. I don't know, Austin. Maybe you will start making some.
I might. I don't have the software currently. I might get it here soon.
Yeah.
I don't have the time currently with all the flying to learn to dedicate to a certain software. And I would take videos with me flying here, but there's a whole process of taking like a GoPro and whatnot.
Yes, they have that. Yeah, they have that where I train as well. It's like it's a bitch. They won't let us take a camera up. So
yeah, I have some old videos of going on delivery flights and stuff from high school and Alaska Airlines, and then I'll work on ideas to maybe start throwing up some stuff now that people are curious of my aviation career, I guess.
So check his channel out. It's featured on mine. I know it's just listed as Austin Sports. I don't know what the actual channel name is, but check it out.
What it is.
Oh, okay, cool. Subscribe to him, and he'll continue being in a lot of my videos. He's been in a lot in the past, so it's kind of like when we go trolling, a lot of the times you'll hear him as well. We'll both be in there. But subscribe to his YouTube channel. Other than that, any other questions? Leave them in the comments below. I read all the comments. I don't always reply to them, just because sometimes, I don't know, depending on how busy I am, I might not get to all of them, but I do read all of them. So if you have any questions, let me know in the chat, or the comment section. Other than that, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. It's really exciting seeing my channel grow and seeing all the views I get on my videos. I really appreciate it. I know there's a high demand for the trolling videos. I understand I have a shit ton of trolling footage that I have to get around to editing. I'll continue with those videos, I like to keep a little bit of a mix, so it's not going to be purely trolling or like chaos videos always, but I understand those are the videos that you guys generally like the most, so I will continue uploading them in addition to other things that I find interesting and that I believe you will find interesting. So we got to fly this plane into Boston, so that'll be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. This is Air Force Proud 95 and Austin in the left seat, and we'll see you next time.
See you later, guys.